Shepard, I thought we could experience an afternoon of acquiring material possessions for our associates.
Shopping? I guess we could. Did you have a place in mind?
Physical proximity is unnecessary. The extranet provides a greater variety of services while retaining entertainment value. Jeff has lent me his credit chit on the condition that I enjoy myself and, quote, live it up like a girly girl.
Huh. You don't have money of your own?
I am not formally employed. I have no legal standing in Citadel space. I could turn to crime, but that would look bad on a resume.
We'll get you your own fun sometime, but today, what's first?
I believe Jeff would be surprised and pleased if I got him a gift. What would you recommend?
I'd go with something he's actually going to use a few times before the galaxy ends.
I see. It does concern me that he is susceptible to bodily harm.
Because of his bones?
No, because he doesn't have 30 centimeters of reactive armor plating. The Normandy's crew have very few integral defenses.
You know, the first step in appropriate gift-giving is not to think of the recipient as a mortal sack of meat.
I'm sorry. My defense intelligence programming took the discussion in inappropriate directions. I should sublimate. What about a lower back support for his chair? There are some that heat and cool.
Sold. Who's next?
You are. Close your eyes.
Are we getting married?
No. There is a jeweler on the Citadel who produces these. They're made from metals from each council homeworld. Each metal compounds with the last, making the rings stronger. He calls them victory rings. Due to material shortages, only a few exist.
Well, that's thoughtful, Edie. But we're not supposed to wear fancy jewelry with the uniform.
Some soldiers put rings on the chain of their identification tags.
I can do that. One condition, though. I'll give it back to you when we win.
No, that seems inappropriate. It doesn't solely represent my hope. It's that of many different planets. It should stay with you.
I'll take that to heart. Thanks, Edie. Who's next?
I was thinking of something for Liara.
Hey, got any plans for the evening?
No. I'm as free as the dust in the solar wind. You remember that line? From Fleet and Flotilla? Shalai and Bellicus on the balcony?
I don't think I've ever seen that vid.
What? You've never... How could you not have? Well, I know what we're doing tonight.
But shall I? We can never be together. I have my duty, and you have your people.
Not tonight. Tonight, I'm as free as the dust in the solar wind.
So you've watched this a lot, huh?
Every time my friends and I had a sleepover. Keythe. So many feelings.
Yeah, it's, yeah, definitely.
When this is done, I'll send you links to extranet sites with some captioned animations.
I want you to see behind this mask. I want you to see who I truly am.
I already have.
She had an infection for 3 weeks after filming this scene.
Totally worth it.
Greetings, Commander.
Shepard.
I didn't know you could play.
Actually, this is the only song I know.
Why is that?
There was always something more important to do. A ruin to uncover, intel to gather, a commander to save.
Ha! You couldn't sit still long enough.
Could you?
Is there something special about this song?
On one of my first digs, a storm swept in. We were trapped inside. I was so restless. I wanted to get back to work. One of the other archaeologists, Dr. Elena, had this keyboard. She took it everywhere. She taught me to play this song while we waited.
One song, and I thought the Shadow Broker knew everything.
On the contrary, Commander. I often bring new data to Dr. Tassoni's attention.
The person who taught me that song was a friend. I spend so much time chasing down knowledge. Sometimes I forget that there are things you learn by doing nothing. By just spending time with the people you care about.
What have you learned from me?
I suppose how to get myself into life-threatening situations on a daily basis.
I'm a good teacher.
The best. Well, I should probably go. I have reports to look over.
Right. But first, why don't you teach me that song?
This place is nice.
Shall I transfer over your reports so that you might work here?
Yes, thank you, Glyph. Glyph, can you copy that song to my personal files on the Normandy?
Certainly, Dr. Tassoni.
Welcome aboard, Shepard.
So where are we going?
Activating external cameras.
I didn't know this shuttle had virtual windows.
Bet there's more you don't know about this bird.
What's that supposed to mean?
Before Mass Effect fields, there was no such thing as inertial dampeners.
Yeah?
Here, feel this.
Whoa!
That, my friend, is unadulterated momentum. Want to really feel it?
Show me.
You see? Doesn't take much to pull a few Gs. Back in the day, pilots would wear G-suits. It squeezes your body so that the blood stays in your head in tight maneuvers. I'd wear a G-suit when flying my Trident. In a fighter, it's common to transfer power from the inertial dampeners to other systems.
You miss flying fighters? Can't imagine you're too thrilled to be flying a shuttle.
Hell no. I'm not just any shuttle pilot. I'm your shuttle pilot. Wouldn't have it any other way. When you're on the ground, weapon in hand, you're invincible. But when we're approaching an LZ, you're just another soldier. Vulnerable. Nothing you can do if we're shot down. Getting you to the ground alive is a responsibility I wouldn't trust to anyone else.
I'm fortunate to have you, Steve.
Anytime, Shepard.
can't wait.
Hey, glad you can make it. I've got us set up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's combat night in the Armax Arsenal Arena. Five, four, three, two, one. Starting round one. Five, four, three, two, one. Round two. Kill streak.
I'm gonna beat you until candy comes out. Ha!
Damn, it's nice to relax. Just cutting loose, not worrying about the kids.
I do love the simplicity and the adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it's not quite the same in this thing with the safeties on. Ha! But it ain't bad. Ha! You know, if there is a god, that's what she sounds like. Just a big, deep boom to let you know everything's gonna be okay. Thanks for coming, Shepard.
Wouldn't have missed it.
Barlavon works in finances. What does he know about combat? He's a lot of shit to around.
It didn't help that we had some brutal side objectives, but even then, We had to disable these Reaper indoctrination devices, and this crazy ex-Cerberus Vanguard guy insists on doing it. He's running all over the place getting killed, and I'm yelling at him, let me do it, I can cloak.
Infiltrator good for devices. Or engineer with drone or decoy. Or me, because me don't die.
Yes! Thank you!
You have received a new message.
You sure you want to leave that here?
I can't very well bring it back to the Normandy. I'd have nowhere to put it. This place is amazing. Puts the prefabs back on Horizon to shame. And it has a hot tub.
Go ahead.
Cheers! Oh, this is lovely. And good for the sinuses. I might not even need my antihistamine tonight.
Your what?
It's a pill. I'm allergic to dust. And cats. And public speaking. I take a proton pump inhibitor for my stomach, too. And an inhaler for asthma.
I didn't realize people still had conditions like that. No offense.
None taken. My body's just this inconvenient thing I use to carry my mind around. The colony where I grew up has limited resources. You only get gene therapy if you have a life-threatening condition. There was some scented bath oil out there somewhere. Could you grab it?
Yeah. Here you go.
Thanks. Eyes are over here and up here. Hey, do you have a loofah?
A loofah? This is Anderson's apartment, remember? I highly doubt he has a...
Found one. Somebody left an overnight bag with toiletries and massage oils and, you know, girly stuff. Do you know who Kay Sanders is? She has great taste in adjustable massage ones.
We are gathered here to honor the life of Thane Krios. Thane touched each of our lives in different ways. The Counselor knew him as a hero. The Normandy's crew knew him as a brother in arms. And others, as a father devoted to his son. Though his life took him to very dark places, Thane cared for the better angels of our nature. He once said that he first felt love for his wife when she stepped in front of an assassin to save someone she didn't even know. And when he knew his death was close, he chose to die doing nearly the same thing. Also for someone he didn't even know. Just as he loved his wife for it, I still love him for it. And I don't think that will ever change. Would anyone else like to speak?
What I remember about Thane was his confidence. He told me once about how he remembered everything, even every mistake he made. If I did that, I'd be a nervous wreck. Thane kept it under control.
It's strange, but the last word I'd label Thane with is assassin. And we covered each other in firefights. That makes him a partner.
Thane took himself seriously, a trait with which I did not always agree. I tried to make him laugh on several occasions. But what I interpreted as a lack of humor was masking a great effort. Thane was turning his life around, in a way few organics do.
The day Thane came onto the Normandy, all Kelly and I knew about him was that he could probably kill us all with a ballpoint pen. But after you got to know him, there wasn't any reason to be afraid. He let you know where you stood. Kolyat, do you,
When I was little, I thought my father had it all figured out. He said men must be loyal to their friends and dangerous to their enemies. But when he prevented me from hurting someone, he had changed. He said enemies and ego are not as important as loved ones. I didn't want to hear it. I was lost. I called him a hypocrite in 1,000 different ways. Said that he was going soft. Now, I think maybe he did have it all figured out. That's all I can say. If anyone would like to continue, we'll be here.
Looks like people are starting to clear out.
Commander, thank you for holding this event. In time, it will be a good memory.
He was one of us.
Yes. He did not have many friends. The Normandy was good for him. If you will excuse me, I should take this opportunity to speak with the counselor.
About what?
She is feeling grateful. And I want to point out there are some Solarian biologists who need funding. If anyone would be able to create a breakthrough in the treatment of Keppel's syndrome, it would be them.
If you need someone to hold the counselor's feet to a fire, I'm there.
It's all right, Commander. Counselor Ashiel could use some good press right now. This is the right time for such a favor. Oh, before I go, I was organizing my father's possessions, and I came upon copies of video messages he tried to send you. I sent them to your extranet address. I hope they help, more than they hurt. Until we meet again, Commander.
I've thought over what you said, and in retrospect, I think leaving the Normandy was for the best. It was saddening to see our crew go their separate ways. but it is better than answering questions in an Alliance interrogation room. I hope this message finds you well. As for me, I have moved into an apartment on the Citadel not far from Keythe. I think the first attack I had frightened him. Perhaps I shouldn't have said that. I don't want you to worry or feel guilty that you are not with me. Just face it bravely. I know you are good at that. I love you. I hope the Alliance listens. Keep in touch. Shepard, if you sent a message back, I didn't get it. I suppose communications from someone of my reputation would be restricted. The irony is, I am a danger to no one these days. I am even paying taxes on my investments. I can't expect Keythe to do so if I don't. He is doing better. He has no significant other, and he is temperamental, but he is employed and staying out of crime. I can tell he is serious about changing. It has cost him more than a few friends. Send something back if you can, Shepard. I can only learn so much from news reports about you. I have tried a false identity to try to get this message through to you. We'll see if it works. I have good news and bad. The good news is that Keythe and I took a few days to visit Earth.
Light the shade of her eyes. Shrill sound of chirping stops. I scan the ground. See two tiny bodies locked by claws.
Excuse me. As I was saying, we saw a beautiful sunset in New Mexico, and a scorpion eating a cricket. I wish you could have joined us. The bad news is, I fainted and struck my head. Keythe has convinced me to stay at Huerta Memorial on the Citadel. I will be there from now on. I still don't want to die in a hospital, but it's where the doctors are. And Keythe. I love him. That means I must trust him. Goodbye, Shepard. Let me say that now, in case I cannot later. See ya. I have prepared emails, sent videos, even composed paper letters. I know this will not reach you, but it must be said. I once had no reason to live. Then suddenly, I had two. You and Keythe. Circumstances keep us apart, so Keythe takes much of my time, but I don't know if it's obvious to humans.
Fist slams the table. She comes to me, fingers cool and soothing. Thane, be alive with me tonight.
I cannot forget you. That is what humans say. With us, it is a state called Tufira. Lost in another. It can consume us. In case you are in the same pain, I want to say, you have only made my life better. You gave me you, Keythe. Even the Omega-4 relay made me feel purposeful. We are alive, Sia. And when we are not, I will meet you across the sea.